Chatty House. We ballin', boy. We going up at the Chatty House. We talk about it all, bring the family out. Sub to the channel, hit the lights now. And we only going up when the lights down. Yeah, we just getting started. Ain't no party like a Chatty House party. We just getting started. Ain't no party like a Chatty House party.
Woo! We made it. I guess so.
Locked out of my computer. I was like, what the hell is going on? You know what's up.
Let's go. But then, we got to be the
right
there too. We got to double take it off,
You already know. We needed that today.
I was nervous.
I know, especially when they were coming back. I was like, oh, they're about to have a big inning and we're not going to have no answer for that.
Right.
What up, y'all? It's the Chatty House after party. We are 11 minutes later. That's on me. I could not get into my computer for the life of me. And apparently, I'm the only one that can start. I have all the power in the world. So
Powerful.
we're going to have to talk to Dilo about that.
Yeah.
I thought you could, once you were in, I thought you could still control everything.
No, unfortunately not. So ever since that glitch.
We here, though. We here.
We here. What's up, Coach Molly?
What's up, guys?
What's going down?
Good today.
Got an off day today, huh?
We do, yeah. Let the girls go have fun. I had the day to myself, so
nice.
Yeah.
So I know y'all been watching the Kings game?
Yes. I've been trying for like 40 minutes to figure out how to get on my big screen TV, but I'm watching on my phone.
Yeah, I had to do this. I couldn't. For some reason, my TV was like running slow.
Yeah, same. Same. Not doing too bad. I like it. You look good.
They're only down, 14?
Yeah.
13?
Yeah.
Are we at different time?
That's their usual. That's their usual.
Did you see the aces?
I did. I saw that they won it on that last age. They almost got that. That was a great shot at the buzzer, though.
Right?
They got a good shot up. Like I didn't think they could get a shot up. So
Mercury almost pulled that.
I think I said because I was watching the Kings game on playback with Chewy and his the Kingdom, and they switched over automatically to the end of the Aces game. Once they won, I said, "Man, if you had put money on in the middle of the season, if you had put money on the Aces winning the championship when they were like at the lowest, you would have won so much money, so much money." So that's crazy. I can't believe they're about to win another championship. So
they're killing it.
They're killing it. That's crazy from where they were at the beginning of the year. So kudos to them and to Asia. And Asia still got so many years left, and she already in GOAT talk. So that's
just breaking records left and right.
And unless there's some kind of major injuries or something, like she's really got probably a good. I know with women it's a little bit different. The guy nobody sticks around for 20 years or anything, but she's got at least 3-4 top tier years left before kind of, So that's crazy. Because what was that? 4 championships. She's probably getting another MVP, obviously, Finals MVP.
Yeah.
That's just nuts, man. That's nuts. Jordan, I agree. Keegan looks good tonight. He looks a little bit more aggressive. He looks like he's more in tune. I like that whole interaction he had with Zach this morning about taking his shots. That's cool. Even if he's joking around, still it's kind of cool to see him out of his shell a little bit more. So he's not taking no shit from the veterans, so that's kind of cool.
What do you think, Molly? What do you think about Keegan this year?
I am ready for him to have the breakout season of his life. I think it is about giving them confidence and letting them play. I think Doug's going to do that. I'm sorry, Coach Christie is going to let him, cook a little bit. And, everyone's talking about, we need him on defense. I think he's going to start scoring a little bit more. It's about development constantly.
It's a preseason game, Zebra. Let's let's give them a chance. Not to say that the defense is going to be all world or anything, but
defense is a state of mind. So
it is. It's the state of mind.
Buy in.
It doesn't happen overnight. It's a learned. It's like school. It's learned. You have to make it part of your DNA, and it takes time to do that.
It sure does. Yes. But that's about culture. It's buying into the culture and then buying into, hey, I got to support my teammate. I got to be there for my teammate. If I don't do my job, then my teammates suffer, So
how do you coach that? Like, what is your,
this year I've
dealing
done
also
some
with
different.
kids that can either be immature, mature, like it's kind of, there's a spectrum.
Yeah, definitely. This year I did something different. Every single day we write down somebody new that we're going to support that day. So even at practice or games, because I was trying to get into their mind that it's a team sport. We're here for each other and it's not individual. And lately my players have been very individual playing. And I see that with the Kings. I saw that last year a lot with the Kings playing individual basketball.
Yeah.
And so for every day, practice or game, they write down somebody they're supporting. And then that day, they're going to make sure they're high-fiving that person, giving them props, boost them up. And just like for volleyball, there's defense and lots of different things too. But, we want to make sure that if I mess up, someone's going to be right there to help me or support me when I'm down. So that's been my new thing this year. I think it's been working. It's been great. Like I really think this team is really connected that way. So, it is a culture. You have to develop it constantly every single day.
That's dope. That's a dope technique to, and it's cool that I think, right, especially with you where it's, kids leave, they come and they go, right? You get new kids, new personalities. It's a new generation at times, and you have to find
new
new
generation
ways,
is right.
So you have to find new ways of connecting with kids, and it can't always be this, right? It's also, I always believe too, like when I've helped coach kids, is you can't, if you're hard on one, you can be hard on everyone, that's fine, but you also engage your kids and where they are mentally and what triggers them and what doesn't. And sometimes individually you have to work with them in certain ways to get the best out of them. It's just like having a kid too, like my own kid. Like that's probably been the most difficult thing about raising a child is you were taught a certain way. There were also, everybody makes errors and nobody's a perfect parent, but you were taught a certain way. And some of that you try to instill on your kid, but also realize that you can't do everything that way because they might not, take to those kind of teachings or those kinds of encouragement or discipline or whatever it is. Yeah. And so you have to learn to find those triggers.
Yeah. We started the season off reading a book called Who Better Than You by Will Packer. And we watched, we didn't read the book. I mean, I had the book there for them to read. They didn't read it. We watched a podcast because that's what they're into, right? They're not going to read the book, but it's always about who better than you and who better than you to start, being that person that with the discipline, being the person that's, harping on defense or being the person to take the lead when you're asking questions. Well, who better than you? Go do it. Don't ask someone else to go do it, But we were talking about it this week, even about discipline. It really starts with discipline, and defense is all discipline, and my assistant brought up, because Will Packer starts with, it's all about, do you get up and make your bed in the morning? That's where discipline starts. Do you, have that routine and you're constantly, worried about what you're eating to make sure you're fueling your body to get enough sleep. So it's all that discipline that takes place. And, in the NBA, they obviously have a lot more, ways to be able to stay disciplined and not as many outside influences, although there could be those outside influences. But defense is discipline. And I know, Coach Christie would definitely constantly teaching that discipline. So
I think we even see that with like Zion this year. Like I know everybody likes to rag on him. And I get it. After a certain year, you're an adult. But like for him, I think he grew up really fast too, and all his popularity. And so, obviously there wasn't discipline with eating at times. There wasn't discipline with working out, right? And everyone was calling him a bust. And now he looks like the fittest he's ever been. And I hope he doesn't get injured. I love
those pictures are real. Those pictures are real.
That's crazy.
That is insane.
Yeah.
I still can't believe it. That's an insane transformation.
I also it's hard for me to, and whatever it is, whether it is actually all hard work and great eating or some of that is Ozempic or whatever the hell that's called, because it seems to be rampant with people. But even using that, you still have to work out. You still have to eat right. You see people that get these surgeries all the time, tummy tucks, and then they go back to eating like they did before, and it just comes right back, right? It was a waste of time. Sure. So even if you use those artificial, if you can be disciplined enough to keep it down, to eat the right way after the fact and work out and do all that stuff, then,
The
it's
thing
still.
with Ozempic is it not saying from experience, but maybe it curbs your appetite. Honestly, like you don't feel like eating the crap. Like like for me, I did take it, and I'll be honest, like I did not want to drink wine. Like that was one of my big things. Like even now after that I'm off it, like I'm like, I cannot drink if I don't want to and not feel like I need to. So I think it helps crave those cravings. So hopefully, he'll be able to manage that throughout the season too.
Yeah, absolutely. And hopefully he stays uninjured, and he's also not having babies left and right. And that's some of those guys. That's part of, and that's part of discipline too. Like I'm sorry, but like
You're right. You're right.
So, but a lot of these kids, like I know everybody wants them to get millions of dollars, and they're supposed to quote unquote just be adults. It's not that simple just to become an adult. Like for some people, it takes longer than others. You have to go through the bumps in the road, and your lowest point to your highest point, all that good stuff. So some people are at a young age, they're the maturest, right? 18, 19 years, we could be like, damn, you're really mature for your age. And then we know 28-year-olds are like, God damn, when are you going to grow up? So, there's a wide spectrum of people and how long it takes them to grow up. So,
Definitely.
People are human. Like I know we all want millionaires just to do millionaire things, but I don't think it's that simple at times, and they're human beings too. So
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yep.
So how is your season going? I know I see it's commercials, so I don't even know what the score is.
Yeah, I think it's halftime. So let us know, Chatty, when the halftime's back off, because I turned it off too. We started off 4-0. It was amazing. They were playing awesome together and supporting each other every day. And then the grind happens, and we are like mid-season. So usually when our bye is, like I said, I let them have the day off. But we're in the best conference in the 3C2A, which is the Big Eight, which is, a lot of the local schools, AR, Sac City, CRC, Sierra, and then we have Delta, Santa Rosa, Modesto, and Diablo Valley. And it's a grind. I mean, we beat up on each other. So we are on a little slump right now. And so it's kind of tough. So we had like a players only meeting yesterday. I met with them, and, like I said, they had a day off. They did their own thing and had some fun. So hopefully that just rejuvenates them. Right. So you have to kind of do that as a coach too, we're grinding every day, and we have not had a day off since Labor Day. So, it's a grind, and we play until mid-November, end of November. So it's a good little break for them. So I'm hoping when we come back that on Friday, when we play the Panthers from Sac City at home, we will do some damage and be rejuvenated for sure.
What's your record right now?
Great question. I have no idea. Is that weird for a coach not to know? We're about 500, but I want to say we're definitely on a losing streak. So I think we're like 9-12. That's crazy. I don't know what our record is.
It's all the blur.
It is. It's been these last 2 weeks have been a real big blur. This bye is a rejuvenation for me too. So we can kind of get back to the grind. But yeah, I think we're about 9-12. That sounds about right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Get back to that 500 and
that's our goal, is to stay at 500 or above, make playoffs. I feel like we're the Kings, like honestly. I have seen the resemblances from the Kings the last couple of years to my team, and it's kind of funny. The talent's there, and you just figure you throw your hands up sometimes and go, why is this not working? But you have the talent. So it's kind of keeping everybody bought in the whole year. It's tough. It is
I'm
tough.
Sure.
Especially like NBA is a long season, right? And there's so many games. So for us, it's a long season, but a compact, play schedule. So yeah.
How long have you been there?
This is my 10th year. So I've been there 10 years. Head coach. This is my 7th year as head coach. It's a grind. It's crazy. I can't even believe it. I have not been anywhere for 10 years. So it feels kind of cool to be there this long. And, I was there for the start of the program. So I've been with the volleyball program at Folsom Lakes the whole time. So it's been really cool to see all the players that have gone through and that are getting married, having babies and their careers, and being able to bring them back. Like we have an alumni game every year and catch up with them. And it's cool because I know all of the athletes that have gone through the program at the college. So it's really fun.
That's really cool. You probably just answered this, but what's the most rewarding thing for you?
There's like two things. So the most rewarding, like on the court, would be when they like finally get it. There's a click of like, oh, that I totally saw that and I did that on purpose. You know, we have one girl right now. She's like our best server, and she actually is coming back from ACL surgery, and so she's only playing back row. And it's been awesome to see her back on the court. And when she gets aces, like that's my favorite thing right now this year, because she just like gets all pumped up and pumps everybody up. So it's fun to watch that. But obviously, once they move on into their 4-year and playing or not playing, whether they've, you know, graduate college or not, it's really rewarding to see them in their adult life and be like actual adult humans. And it's so crazy because I knew them when they were 18 and 19, 20. So it's really just, that's, my purpose in life is to kind of give back, and I love seeing them grow. And I root for every single one of them to just be successful in life, for sure.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And that's crazy too, because I always think about like when you have that coach's life, God forbid, but it's like there's seems to be always shelf lives at locations, and sometimes you're moving around a lot, right? Depending on how well the program's doing or not, or whatever the case may be. And, if you're lucky enough to, like you said, like this is the longest you've been anywhere, I think that's common conversation with a lot of coaches is that, especially when you're starting off, and I'm sure when you first started, you were wherever you can get experience, you go. And then, sometimes, especially if you're not the head coach, if a coach leaves, and sometimes you're part of that go process, and you have to find, So, and that's got to be nerve wracking because you don't know where your next spot is or if there is one and all that good stuff. Right. So like, how have you dealt with that over years? Like, how is, like when you've had those, like, how have you compartmentalized that and dealt with things like that?
Yeah. So about 10 years ago, I was because I'm a server college prior to, and, they got a new head coach. I was just the assistant coach. And, it is kind of a weird situation where you're like, I don't know, am I coming back? Am I going to? And so you just kind of tap into the waters and feel around. And I actually reached out. The coach that was at Folsom Lake College, he was my assistant coach when I played at American River College. So I already knew him. And I said, hey, I'll come and just volunteer. It's kind of like get your foot in the door. I was like, I'll volunteer, even if I don't get paid, whatnot. And obviously it worked out. Like I was able to get paid, and then became the associate head coach the 3rd year I was there, and he was on his way out and retired. So I just kind of nicely, was able to take over the program and had that rapport with the student athletes already. But it is nerve wracking, jobs come open all the time, and it's do you apply, do you not apply, or your job, like mine right now, I'm just an adjunct, so I'm not full-time, but if my job were to go full-time, I'd have to reapply for that. So there is a nerve-wracking possibility in there where if it did ever go full-time, I'd have to reapply and hope that they keep me on. But and kind of, I guess that's almost like renegotiating contracts sometimes with these professional coaches or whatnot. But one good thing that I love about my college, like my job is not about wins and losses. And so, it's more about productive student athletes, and my athletes do move on to a 4-year and usually graduate from their 4-year. So I have a really good ratio of those student athletes moving on to the next phase of their life. So, that's one good balance of where, like, at least junior college, we're not, our career isn't determined on the wins and losses, kind of like a Division 1 or 2 program. It's more about just making sure your students are happy and have a great time and, continue their progress through life, because this is just a one pit stop on their journey, hopefully through their ranks. So
yeah, that was my thing I was thinking of, is like, unlike a 4-year college where you're, you start with this young kid at 17, 18, and most likely, right, because it's not the NFL or NBA, like you're not leaving to go pro in your 2nd year or anything like that. So you're probably getting them for all 4 years, unless they transfer somewhere. Where not, like you said, like your mindset is, this is a stop point. Like this is just a rest stop basically until they go to the next spot, right? Do most of those, are they going to play somewhere else at the full time?
So I would say there's usually about 3 student athletes from the team that will go on each year, and it kind of depends how many sophomores I have. But I did send 3 on this last year, and they're all playing beach volleyball though. So I coach indoor and beach. Beach is the new craze. Everybody loves it.
Really?
So, yeah, it's just
Okay.
fun and more relaxing, more chill. You touch the ball more because it's just you and a partner. So yeah, 3 of my athletes moved on. One went to Simpson University in Reading. Another went to Vanguard down south, which is a D2 program. And
So that's literally a college beach volleyball. Like, is a college?
oh yeah,
sport?
oh yeah.
Wow. Okay.
We'll be our 3rd season having beach volleyball, and NC2A, I think they brought it in about 2012, or actually maybe later than that, because one of my athletes graduated 2011 from high school, and she went to UCLA, played there, and then they got a beach program, so then she played beach too. So right after that, like probably 2013, 15, it started becoming really big and popular. The thing is, only Division 1, NC2A Division 1 has beach volleyball, or NAIAs, and then junior college. So it's really not, there's no D2 programs that have beach volleyball right now. So it's still growing, still developing. But yeah, it's great. It's a fun sport.
That. That's crazy.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like for me, like I would go for at least in Chicago. Like that's what was our Sundays. Is we would go to Lake Michigan, go onto the Lakeshore Drive, and somebody bring the boombox, somebody bring the drinks, and like we're playing beach volleyball like 8 a.m. and just like chilling and
yeah, it's fun. Yeah, and then the 3rd one is she's at Tennessee Tech, which is a Division 1 school, and obviously Tennessee. So they're doing great, and they're all playing beach. And the athletes that I have right now, one wants to just play indoor, one's looking for beach. The other one needs to just play indoor. She has a back issue, so beach was not really nice to her back. So, but yeah, they're motivated, and we get them scholarships, and they go on to play. But it's a typical. There's probably 2 to 3 each year that want to move on and play. Some just go on and finish their education. It is a commitment level. So if they think commitment at the junior college is a lot, which they do, they're in for surprises when they go to that next level, whether it's NAIA or Division 1. It's a huge commitment.
That's great. Yeah, I'm massive. That's great. I still that still blows my mind. I didn't even know.
Yeah.
So
that's why I don't have an off season anymore. I just coach year round. Yeah.
That's awesome though.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
What would you say, like, in just me being ignorant to it, right, is what's the difference in the way you teach as far as like what are the differences in teaching, whether it's indoor or outdoor?
Yeah, there was different rules. So indoor rules are different than beach rules. So that learning those is a big change for them because they've been playing indoor most of their lives. A lot of times it's their first time playing competitively beach. So the rule changes are a little bit different. It's definitely a different game. It's not the same. I mean, yeah, it's still a ball and we're still doing kind of the same movements, but it's just you and a partner. So you have to build a great rapport with that partner. You have to kind of have your trust in each other. So building that first is probably the biggest part. And then beach is more of a finesse game. It's being smart, putting the ball where someone's not. Where indoor, there's 6 people on the court. It's harder to find that open spot. So it's more of a power game, especially when you get to the men's side. The men's indoor game is all power. Females is more, a little bit of finesse, but also not as much as beach. Beach is it's been great for my players because they're learning the different shots of like what a roll shot is or a cut shot or seeing the court a little bit better than what they did in indoor to find those open holes. So definitely hard. The sand is hard. If you've ever played, I mean, you said you played on the Lake Michigan, but it is hard. It is hard to run in. Hard. You can't jump in it. Like these girls' verticals increased so much from indoor to beach. It was really cool to see that too. So definitely helped their vertical jump.
Yeah, sand is just it's sand. It's self-explanatory. So it's. I think that's one of my over the years, the older I've gotten, like I've enjoyed the 2-on-2 tournaments that come on TV all the time. I went to a couple of events again, like out there, and it's fun watching on TV, but it's even better in person.
Yeah, way better in person.
I always compare it to like hockey. Like hockey, I cannot watch on TV. I can't watch volleyball, but like hockey, I can't watch on TV. But when you're in person, it's just different. It's just a different experience. and it's just right there in your face. It's the same with beach volleyball. Like you're there, and and you don't have to move. It's two people on each side, so it's only two people to watch on each side, and it's just incredible the way they're able to place those balls and to find those little nooks and crannies of where other people have to dive and can't find anything, and like
For sure.
it's insane.
It's tough. It's a tough game. Yeah.
Oh, we're just
I'm
gonna keep
reading
going.
Michigan's chat right there. I said, please teach Manny some beach volleyball. He could use the exercise.
It's true. Okay.
We can just go out and have a fun day. Chatty House beach volleyball day. Let's do that.
Well, Michigan just wants to do an event because he's this close to death. So anything he can do to get off his bucket list, and I try to help him with that. It's like I know it's like a Make-A-Wish. It's a Make a Michigan Wish Foundation that we've so. So it looks like we're about to get blown out. So that's great.
Wait, did it come back and the game's back on?
Yeah, it's like 76-57 on my side. I'm sure
No.
Katrina has a
Checking
better
here.
score, but
No.
oh no, we suck again.
No.
We suck again.
Jesus. I can't wait till all the overreactions in tomorrow and tonight. That's gonna be awesome. It's a preseason game, people.
I upgraded from purple Kool-Aid to purple wine.
There you
Okay.
go,
Ooh,
see?
what is that one? Icon Blackberry?
It's really good. It's blackberry Moscato.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
I'm a
It's
whiskey.
Moscato's normally a white wine, though, isn't it? And so it has a blackberry.
yeah.
taste.
There's
Okay.
all these there's this whole line of flavored Moscatos.
Wow.
So yeah, I tried the pineapple one. That was really good.
Isn't there like a mango one too? Like that.
Yeah.
That would be mine. Like I love mango.
Yep. So
Anything mango.
my secret is to add a little Patron with it.
Oh, girl. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. That's
Like my
interesting.
old school drink was Jack Daniels, and they just came out with like a blackberry Jack
Mm,
Daniels, and I'm like, I gotta try that.
yeah.
Just for the hell of it. So
Is that
I
the
think
one
that's-
that's like, oh, that's Crown. I've tried like an apple Crown before. I actually liked it. It was kind of good.
yeah,
I
yeah,
really
sweet.
need to try the blackberry crown. But I know
Oh,
Michigan was saying it's really
Yeah.
good.
There's a salted caramel one.
Damn.
Yeah.
peanut
They're all
butter
sweet.
whiskey is pretty darn good too, guys. Like
Which one?
only the ski ball, peanut butter whiskey.
Screwball. Uh-huh.
Screwball. There we go.
Yeah, delicious.
That peanut butter whiskey is it's a good dessert wine or whiskey, whatever it is. I don't know.
I would
More of
mix
a wine
that
girl.
with rum chata.
Oh,
It's a little
rum chata,
sweet, but
yes.
It's like a dessert. I would make these little dessert drinks.
Oh yeah, that sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Thinking of it's season. I don't really drink too much during the season, but I will pop up in a soda water for all these soda water, seltzer waters.
Well, I was drinking last night because I had to do homework with the little one, so I had to at the end of it decompress.
You're doing that new math.
That's a new school, and so we're just trying to work with her and get her back up to speed with, and she's doing really well. So it's just baby steps, But the first 6 months we knew, she loves those.
Coffee
Actually,
rosé.
those to
It's
my
a raspberry
daughter.
rosé. So
Okay,
yeah,
Nice.
does it taste like rosé?
I don't know. This is my first time.
Let's find out.
Okay, let's find out. Taste test.
We're doing a Yelp review here.
More raspberry than rosé, but because dang that Baker Family Wine rosé, right, Katrina?
Yeah.
That was the bomb.
Was it? Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm swearing by it. Okay,
I will say it's probably my favorite rosé.
It's really good.
Yeah, it was so
very
good.
cool.
Yes.
Oh, man. Oh no.
It's only 20 points.
No.
Only 20. It's fine.
It's
I
the
just
NBA.
think, I was looking at their schedule the other day, and those first 20 are brutal. It is a brutal first 20. Like if they were a team that had been together for like 4 or 5 years, like I'd be, all right, that's cool. I mean, it's going to be a little rough, but okay. But like when you're trying to like incorporate people, a new coach, like that's a brutal 20 game schedule. That if they could just be somewhere near 500,
Mhm.
I'd be happy.
For sure. For sure.
Mm.
But they play I think they play like Houston a couple times, Dallas a couple times.
I keep forgetting that Kevin Durant's on Houston. Like when
Yeah.
people talk about, I'm like, oh, Houston.
I got
And then I'm like,
squad.
oh my God, Kevin Durant. That's insane. Like
Yeah.
that should be illegal. It should
Different
be illegal
years.
how he just jumps around to teams and is like, let me figure out about this team and see if I like this team.
I mean, kudos to the man though.
Crazy.
Like, if you can do it, do it. Obviously, he's wanted. Hell, I would have took him here, shoot. But you know, I was just happy he didn't go back to Golden State.
That
I can't deal with
sure.
that. Can't
Mhm.
deal with that. It's bad.
No way.
But they got the Golden Girls over there. Everybody over there is over 80 years old. We'll see if they can, actually keep
That's
it together.
funny.
I always mess with Drew. I did an AI. I just did like the ground thing. I was like, show me Golden Girls in Golden State uniforms, and they did it like the little cartoon. It's hilarious.
That's awesome.
And I put it on Twitter, and I sent it to Bonte, and I tagged Bonte, and then for like a whole day, like randomly every once in a while, Warrior fans would jump in and say something derogatory about the Kings or something. I was like, I live rent free, I guess. Like, it's just a joke, man. Relax.
It is a joke. That's funny. Oh man, what I haven't really like. I've been hearing kind of the talk about Giannis, but what's really going on with Giannis? Like, is he trying to get out, or is he trying to stay, or?
It seemed like they explored it, and from what the came out the last couple of days was that New York kind of settled in as the team at some point. They had talks. I don't think it ever really went anywhere serious or anything like that, because that's a lot of things you would have to move around to make that work, money-wise and other things. But I think I can't really knock him. I think, like, look, number one, it's a small market team. Like, I know, sometimes when teams do well for a while, you forget where they really are. Mm-hmm. Milwaukee is very much a small market team. Definitely. They've never really, been they've always like kind of, whether it was Kareem days or whatever, like they've been, in and out of contending or whatever, but like they've always had a hard time as anybody else trying to land a big franchise type player, right?
Yeah.
So Giannis was obviously a revelation for them. They built really well around him the first time around. Mm-hmm. I think the Dame thing was a horrible experiment.
That was a bust. Definitely
they should have stayed with what they had, but I think sometimes just the superstar aura makes teams do stupid. Look at Brooklyn. Like, Brooklyn had a great team for a minute, like a team, like guys that wanted to play together, and they sacrificed all that because, let's bring in Harden, let's bring in Durant, pair him with Kyrie, it'll be fine. Like, yeah, it wasn't. Barely lasted 2 years. Yeah,
right.
So
too many cooks in the kitchen is what that is.
Yeah. And sometimes just because you throw things, like, that's great. They're all individually great players, but the whole thing is, do they mesh well? Can they, they're all offensively gifted players. There's only one ball to go around, like they always say. So, things don't always work out great.
Agreed. Man, I don't want to see Giannis in New York. That would be crazy. I hope he stays.
Someone said that the Nets were trying to get him.
I'm sure they were, but I can't see him go from one bad situation to another. Like, at his point in his career, the only place for you to go is to an immediately contending team. You're not going to go to the Nets thinking that you can compare, to Houston, to the Clippers, to the, even Golden State. Like, you're not going to a contender. So what's the point? Like, I just, So and I think that's why New York probably appealed to him. It's bright lights, which I'm sure he's fine with. Although he hasn't really had to deal with that, not on the American side anyway. But obviously it would have been, depending on what they gave up, they definitely would have been a favorite in the East at least. So,
I'm laughing at Drew down because he's like, Casey would be unbearable. I'm like, that's exactly why I don't want to see Giannis go to New York. No, just kidding. But I was just, I hate I just like the pull of the LAs and the New Yorks. Like, I love that Giannis is in a small market, because it's obviously we are a small market. But it's also, hard to get those primetime players to come to those small markets. Yeah. So I get that too.
Yeah, you have to draft. That's what they did, right? They drafted him. You have to draft that first guy, and then once that guy blossoms into whatever, a la De'Aaron Fox, then you can kind of start looking at other players that want to play with that player, right? Like, everybody wanted to play with Giannis, so they were able to get players as free agents to come in. Even on the level of Bobby Portis, who I loved in Chicago and hated when they got rid of him because for some reason they thought he was done, and he's played another 10 years after that, it seems like. But even players like that, like he wanted to be there, like he wanted to play with somebody of that caliber. It's
Chicago is like that though. They keep getting rid of people, and I'm like,
they're
what?
horrible.
Even Zach LaVine, I'm like, Zach, I'm glad we have him in the Kings, but why would you want to get rid of him? I mean, maybe his time's run and things happen. We don't know what happens.
Manny will tell you.
Huh?
Manny will tell you why.
Yeah. I mean, once Lonzo was hurt, it was a wrap over there. Like,
yeah.
While I love Zach, I do love what he brings to the table. He also has to be in particular type of environments to flourish, and he didn't have. I think that's where Dennis is ball here, right?
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna say not as same player, but he's gonna get the ball to Zach in the places that Zach likes to get the ball, hopefully. And if he can do that, Zach's gonna flourish because you're not asking Zach to do too much. If he's able to pick and pop and get to those those curls, get to where he wants to shoot, and not to always have to overcreate. I always felt like here he's had to overcreate for himself because there isn't that point guard on the team up until this year. So
it would have been great to see him play with De'Aaron Fox.
It would have.
I think that would have been real fun. But yeah, I think that having Dennis here will help him be able to play more his game of just spot up shoot. Not have to handle the ball as much.
Yeah, I think that's asking a lot. I mean, I think sometimes again we go back to the contracts where people get a certain amount of money and now there's this unholy expectation from them. And I get it to an extent, right? You pay somebody $40 million a year, you want $40 million worth of production. But sometimes the market is what it is, and that's what determines what they're getting, not necessarily what they're producing, right? Like we saw somebody this year, Gafford got $20 million a year from Dallas. He averages 7 points a game. Even rebounding wise, it's not like he's top 5 in the league in rebounding, but because he has a certain skill set that they needed and couldn't afford to let go, he got 20 million and to play defense basically. Like,
wow, yeah.
Whatever the market is for you, that's what it is. But yeah, everyone would love to get $40 million out of Zach, but I don't think that's what you should realistically expect. I think just look at what he brings to the table and then complement that, and he'll flourish in that environment.
Agreed. Yeah.
We'll see.
We will see. It is 68.85. Is that what it says? I'm reading a little screen.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. But again, we're going to get the overreactions and, no, what the hell is Doug doing? Like, it's called preseason. Like, he's just getting – you probably won't even see the starters play like you did tonight again, right? Like, I feel like this year a lot of teams have played their starters decent minutes in the first preseason, I think, just to get those legs under them.
Yeah.
And then we'll see what for the coming days and games, we'll see if that's what stays consistent or if he gets a better view of some of the younger players and some of the G League players and to see what they bring to the table too.
For sure. Who's Louis La? He's new to my chat that I don't know.
Jesse's burner.
Jesse's burner. It looks like, are we talking Boston? He likes the Boston guys.
Wants to come to Beantown.
Yeah.
We don't need that. I already hate that town. I don't need them to have another Larry Birdish dynasty. I'm okay without that, especially being a Bulls fan. I don't. Although I know we suck.
Right. I know we suck.
We suck. So Molly, tell us about that. Like, I want to hear about some of with people that don't know. Molly has Chicago connections. So.
Yeah, I just learned that Louis La is my friend's dude in the chat. Hey, Chris. He loves Boston, let me tell you. So anyways, my Chicago connection, which actually maybe you can see back there. I'll bring it out. This is funny. Well, I'm kind of over here. Well, my parents moved here in, I don't know, like 70s, right? Like this was something that they gave to them, like directions for use west of Rockies, east of something I can't read. Anyways. Take a beer can opener in your hand, apply to the top as if opening favorite brand. Bend wrist in great deliberation. Place nose close. Do not blow. Inhale. Delicious. It's like Chicago air, so you can smell the air when you're homesick. It's like only guaranteed to cure homesick and discontented displaced Chicagoans. The but yeah, so I mean, my parents, grew up there and moved out here in the early 70s. I was born out here, but if you weren't a Cubs fan, you were disowned. They let me be a White Sox fan for a little bit when Jordan was playing for the White Sox, but it was weird. It was kind of like, how do you root for the White Sox and the Cubs? But and Jordan did play in one White Sox game.
He did.
So I do have that on a VHS recording tape somewhere.
Nice.
Yeah. So my obsession kind of started when I was young and playing basketball, and my coach at the time was giving us names and named me, Michael Jordan or Air Molly. So, and then I just became obsessed with him. I mean, I have things, my uncle, who's amazing, no longer with us, but he would send me news clippings or pictures, or like I have a flag that was flying at Wrigley Field. That's a Bulls flag when they won the championship. Okay. So he was able to get me some really cool memorabilia that I still have all of it. That, it's amazing. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. It grew from there. And obviously my sisters, some of them were born there too. So they have love for Chicago and love the Cubs. I mean, the Bears are cool. My dad liked the Bears, but then the Niners, when I was growing up, were really big. Like it was the Joe Montana era. And so, it was kind of like, okay, Chicago's cool, but everybody I'm around is Niners fans, right? So my love for the Niners grew more. And so I root for both. And I know that's, it's like, who's your team?
Yeah, I get it.
But if the Kings are playing the Bulls, now I'll root for the Kings. I used to root for the Bulls, right? And if the Niners are playing the Bears, I'll root for the Niners. And then I banter with my cousins out there. So it's always fun. But Cubs all the way. Like I've never had another baseball team besides the stint Jordan was there than the Cubs.
You can be two-team Molly.
Yeah. Like, exactly.
That.
And I'm not really a hockey fan, but Blackhawks all the way. Like I've never really been to a hockey game, so I heard they're amazing. But yeah, so
much better in person.
Yeah,
it is.
No,
it is,
I know.
100%.
I've heard that. So every time the teams out in Chicago get good, then I can't go to the games anymore because I used to get free tickets whenever. So when the Cubs weren't good, I went out there in like 96. It was spring break, and I sat like right on the first baseline. Like it was so cool. Just the middle of the day, 1 o'clock game in Chicago, and April, March. It was so much fun. It's lovely. I guess
now I have friends that like been working for the organization for like 10 years, whatever. Now I can get more stuff, but I'm not there, so it doesn't do no good. But that's how I got Kyle hooked up. Was I saw his distress and I made a call, and I was like, if I can, I can. If I can, I can. And they made it happen. I was like, I'll owe you dinner next time I'm in town. So,
I was considering going out there in December. My birthday's in December, and I was like, I have not been out there in forever. And so I was trying to get to a Bears game. So we'll see. I've been to one football game, and it was a Bears game. I kind of told that story last time where Emmitt Smith tore his ACL. I was at that game against the Cowboys. Oh, wow. So that's the only football game I've ever been to, which is kind of funny to think.
I think I'm gonna wait till the Arlington Heights stadium opens, and then I definitely want to check it out. I can't go back in December anymore. Like it's too
cold for you. I kind of want the cold. I like it.
I hear you.
Yeah. The first time I'd ever heard about what freezing rain was, I was in Chicago, and I was like, what in the hell is freezing rain? That I slipped underneath the car. It was so, you have to like walk very cautiously. It's so slippery. It's crazy.
All it takes is one wrong step.
Yep.
I have literally done the Charlie Brown kicking the football and gone straight up about 5 feet in the air and landed on my tailbone. And like, bro, I just lay there like, don't touch me. I'm good. Yeah. Thankfully, this was before Instagram and other things, because I'm sure it would have been on tape. I probably would have posted it myself, but yeah. And then there's other ones where I wish I did get, like, I think it was one time and my boy was crying laughing because I literally spent 5 minutes not falling. Like literally I'm slipping.
Like trying.
It's like doing football drills, and then like finally I did it. He's like, that was amazing, bro. I was like, I refuse to fall down. So
that is funny.
And I've done the car one too, where I've hit black ice and just spun. And thankfully didn't hit anybody, but it was just one of those things where like you got to just stay calm and kind of like let it do its course. Otherwise, you make it worse.
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah,
not
that's
fun,
definitely why my mom did not want to live in Chicago anymore. So she said, "You gotta get out of this cold."
Absolutely.
So,
I'm trying to get my mom out this way now. I'm
yeah.
always telling her, like, you need to go. Let's go. Sell the
It's
house.
funny. All my cousins that live out there, they are getting houses either in Florida or in Phoenix, and so
Mhm.
they have their winter place that they go during the winter. They call them the snowbirds. They go out and live in those areas for the winter, and then go back home during the summer. So
Oh, that's cool.
yeah, we're actually doing a big family reunion in Phoenix this time, though. So because everybody's gotten houses out there. Well, Scottsdale. Cave Creek or something like that is where they're living. So
I'm dying to do that. That's on my bucket list too. Is Scottsdale
I did a
for
spring
spring
training.
break.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
went out
spring
a
training.
spring training. God, I can't remember what year it was, but I mean Chris Bryant was on the team. I'll say that. And it was hot as hell, and it's like the middle of March. I almost passed out. It was so flipping hot. Like I've never had heat stroke before, but I got like heat stroke out there.
Yeah.
But it was so fun. They played the Giants. So my brother-in-law loves the Giants. He's from Sac. And so it was really cool to be there watching the Cubs and Giants play during spring training. So it was a lot of fun. Yeah.
Was it the new stadium that they built, like the one that looks kind of like rigged? Because
Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it was.
The new word. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm dying to
It
see that.
was.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah, it was really cool. And we sat on the lawn, kind of like river cats. Like you sit on the lawn and you're just chilling and hanging out. And yeah, it's a lot of fun. Yeah. But hot as hell in the middle of March. Like
That's crazy.
it's the different kind of heat,
That's that in Vegas. Like I can't imagine living in that like every day, like 110, 120, like bro, what?
116. That's
Yeah,
when
like,
that's when I had heat stroke, a music festival, and it was 116 degrees. People were passing out left and right.
Like, that's not
Where
enjoyable
was that?
to do anything.
Lovers and Friends in Vegas, like
Wow.
3 years ago or something like that. It's just I guess it's fairgrounds. They have music festivals there, and oh my god,
That's crazy. Wow.
Yeah, I just can't see how, like, no matter how good it is, whatever you're doing, there's no way that's fun. Like, there cannot.
I had to go. I mean, it was like an all day, all night concert. I had to go. I was like, yeah, I don't want to die today. So made my way into the nearest hotel.
Yeah, that's
It's
not
like
fun.
summers in Chicago when it's just humid. It's like literally I'd have like an extra pair of clothes in my trunk just in case I needed to change.
Why don't people have air conditionings out there? Like my aunt and uncle, they did not have air conditioning. They had like the little wall thing, So only the bedrooms had air conditioning. Like it was insane. Like how do you not have air conditioning?
Yeah, I don't know. Like I mean, I know obviously some houses just weren't built that way because it wasn't available.
Old house.
Right, but like, yeah, I don't know how you buy a house back there. Like the humidity is just because you're literally gonna spend the whole summer in one room. Like you're just gonna lock that door and just stay.
That's what they do. They close the one door and just stay in the one little tiny room, and it is weird. Yeah. But the house was cool. It was like a 3-story. My grandparents actually lived there. They moved there when my mom was 2, and so my mom grew up in that house, and then my dad built a basement in the house, so it was a 3rd floor, but not real. It wasn't
in
real.
Chicago or like
north side, right off Lakeshore Drive.
Okay.
I think it's like the Lincoln Park neighborhood. But yeah, so it was like a 3-story, technically 2-story, and so my grandparents lived on the 1st floor. My aunt and uncle lived on the 2nd floor, and then my parents and my sisters lived in the basement floor. So it was really cool. We just sold it after my uncle. Yeah, we sold it after my uncle passed away, and that's 2018. I haven't been back since 2018. So, yeah, it's really I love that house. It was just so many memories and cool stuff.
I bet. Geez, that's like I said, it's just all family. Like that.
Yeah, it was really cool. Even though there wasn't air conditioning. You take a shower and it's just like it's over. Why even take a shower? Like
you're just gonna sweat it out again. That's the crazy thing. Humidity. We went back when Ellie was like, I think I told the story before, but she was like, I don't know, she was like 2 or 3, and we went to a Sox game. It was overcast, no sun. It was like 78 degrees, and we were just. It was so humid. Sweat. So and then they would have the little showers that you could walk through. So she'd be in her stroller, and we just walk her through it. we only stayed till like maybe the 6th inning or something. I was like, all right, that's enough. Like,
Yeah.
Sims was like, Jesus Christ. I'm like, yes, what I've lived through. Like,
Yep. Yeah.
although I will take that over code any day of the week personally, but it's still not fun or anything. But
No.
yeah,
It just did an overhead shot of Devin Carter's hair.
Hair.
Oh my God.
Why?
That's so wrong.
he is holding
I was
on to
hopeful
it.
until that. I was
So bad
hopeful.
for him.
So they're literally going to score possibly 100 points in 3 quarters. Okay, cool.
No, they won't get it. I'm ahead of you. I must be. They're not going to get 100.
Well, good.
Yeah. King's at the free throw line. Who is that guy? I don't even know who he is. Big dude.
Drew Eubanks.
The new center guy.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Right now he's the backup, unless Max like does something crazy during the preseason, which he's a rookie. I think that's another thing is I feel bad. Like even with Neek, like it's almost like a detriment to him having a great start when he did a couple weeks ago. Like when people watch, because now their expectations are so high. It's like he's still a rookie, still a kid.
Yeah.
He still hasn't banged against the LeBron bodies in the league. Like it's a different animal. Like he's gonna struggle. He's gonna foul out. He's gonna do certain things, and you just have to understand. Like, yeah, sure, we all hope that he has this perfect year where like he shines and does all these great things. But most likely, we're gonna see spurts of great play and spurts of like scratching your head. Like, what is he doing? Like, it's part of being a rookie. It's just
I do that all the time with my team. Like, what was that? Like,
Yeah,
oh
like,
my God, that's like
the Buddy Hield
what are you doing?
effect. What are you doing?
What are you
Call
doing?
it. What are you doing? Yeah, like he's a kid, man.
Yeah.
He's a kid at the end of the day. He's still got to put him and Max too. Max, as much as I love Max's potential, he is still so raw. And for that position where you're playing either backup 4 or backup 5, most likely backup 5, you're asking a lot out of a kid to be a backup to Sabonis, right? Like,
Yeah.
So like he's very smart though, obviously, Stanford kid, very highly intelligent. So hopefully he at least picks up the nuances. But he's going to struggle against some of the stronger players.
The physicality of the game too, like they're not fully developed muscular bodies yet. They're still changing and growing, and but there's some men out there, they're big, they're strong, they've been in the gym lifting weights, and you're just can't even gain that yet until you're about 23, 24, 25. So
yeah,
it'll be a learning process. We're here for it, right? We're here for it.
Yeah.
I do have a question about Devin Carter's hair, though. And as a man, right? Like, when do you just let it? Like, when do you just shave it off?
See, I always feel like I have an answer for that, but at the same time, I've been blessed enough where I have not lost my hair at all. Like I keep it low only because it's just low maintenance, and I don't want to have to deal with it growing back out. But I've had my hair down. I've had my hair down to here.
You should do his hair like you, Katrina. That's how he should do it. Like, like I don't know.
I've heard he takes good care of it, like oiling it and puts it up. And
okay.
I also feel like even though he's not making like LeBron money or anything, like I think they make enough money. It's like, bro, there's got to be something like to be able to replace that part that you're missing or whatever, like where you can grow more out. Like, I don't know.
You would think all the money in the world would fix that, but have you ever seen Kevin Durant?
Yeah, no, that's true.
In the back for sure.
I also think that I think he's just doesn't care.
Doesn't care.
Yeah, he just doesn't care. Like, bro, I'm a fucking multi-millionaire. I don't give a shit. Like, it's not going to stop me.
I mean, but Devin Carter cares because, like, if you're saying he's taking care of his hair and like he cares.
He could just be in denial. Like at that age too, I think he's so young, right? Like he's still young. So like I had a friend that at 22 was already like the hair was venomously like just disappearing. And it's like he was so distraught at first. Because who the hell wants to be 22 or 23 years old and you're losing your hair, right? Like,
for sure.
But my thing was always, I told him then, like, bro, just do the Bruce Willis, man. Like, shave it off. It might look crazy at first, but after a while, nobody's gonna even like you'll make it work, man.
Yeah.
Maybe
But
he
that-
doesn't realize. Maybe he hasn't seen it from that angle, that overhead shot. One of his homies needs to help him out. Like
Somebody send him a picture. Somebody take a
Man.
drone and send him a picture.
Man.
Shoot.
I think shaving it too could be a lot of high maintenance. Like you gotta, shave that almost every other day, right? Like to keep
Possibly.
it. Who's the bald ones in the chat?
Or
What's your maintenance on your bald head?
he was just like,
get an afro or something so where it just covers up that spot where like you kind of.
That's what I'm saying. Just put it up in a bun, like cover
Yeah.
that spot. Like I don't
man
know.
bun. Yeah.
Yeah, man bun.
Like I love my favorite, or not my favorite, but I was like when black folks, like when the black guys, like they really hold on to their hair and they'll get the dreads, but the dreads are only from here back. And it's like, bro, just let it go, man. It's not. It's done. It's a wrap. Like that's it. It looks. Or when even the white guys, where they just have the side hair to the back.
Right.
Just
it looks even worse. I think all those trade talks. He was listening. Malik might have not been listening, but I think Devin Carter was listening. He's been stressed out because it looks really thin. From here to here, it's really thin, and it's back here. So
yeah. Oh, poor guy.
I remember though, Mama. I used to say I would always say like, I don't care if I get wrinkles. I don't care if I get gray hair. I don't care if I look 50 when I'm 20. Just don't let me lose my hair, please. Now I'm like, man, I've lived a good hair life. Like I've done everything possible. I've had curls. I've had blonde hair. I've had highlights. I've had my hair cornrowed where I had it down to here. Like I've literally
no way. Come on.
I promise.
You gotta see a picture of that one.
I've been looking for one too because for some reason
crazy. I
can't find one. But literally, my hair, and at that time, I had an apartment on the first floor. My upstairs was a friend of mine, and she had 4 kids, and so she would always braid their hair. So all I would do is come home, go upstairs, and I always say, I give everybody props to kids that just sit through that, because if you've never had your hair braided, it is painful.
Oh, really?
You get used to it after a while, but like the pull and like it's tight, and I would get it done like every 3 days because I was hooping so much that I would like sweat it where it started getting out. So, but she, God bless her, she would do my hair, and I see why people get paid so much money to do it, because it's time consuming. It takes hours to braid that hair. So,
dang, that's great. I would love to see that picture. You got to find
me
that
too.
one.
If I ever find, I've been asking people for years, like if you ever guys run across a picture, because there's that year span that I had that hair, please send it to me. I want that picture. Sure.
Yes, that's great. I love that. Huh. I just lived through the 80s, the bangs, right, Katrina?
Oh, yeah.
The Aquanet.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Lots of Aquanet.
There was a whole year I had my mom French braid my hair every morning.
Jesus.
Every morning. And that I know about that.
With the bangs too, though, right? Did you?
Yeah.
Yep.
My mom was going through it because she had to do that every morning. Jesus.
Wow.
That's time consuming. Again, like that's time. Yeah.
I did my own French braids. Yeah. But yeah, hair subject.
Hey, my hair is important. I mean, it is and it isn't, right? Like I said, the older you get, I think as a man, you just kind of, you're happy you had it for, and it's also it's also part of like, are you single? Are you not? That kind of plays a part into it too. Where now it's like, if I grow my hair, there's a point when I know it's time to cut my hair is when Sin says, "Hey, so when are you gonna go see Noam?" Which is who cuts my hair. That's telling me like, bro, you're looking rough.
Like hint.
You're looking rough.
Yeah, hint.
So it's
For
time to get a haircut. So it's like,
for sure. Good little hint.
Yep.
Sweet. It looks like the starters are probably out for the 4th. I don't think they're going back in.
No, it is what it is at this point.
Yeah,
so.
it's 17 on my end.
Yeah.
So I think with them again, it's game 1. You're just trying to get these guys some run against somebody other than themselves.
Yeah.
Right? 'Cause that's like D'Lo and Casey said, like they've been playing against themselves. That's the easy part. Now you play Toronto, and then whoever they play next, and then whoever you play next. And now you're just different schemes, different guys. and this is where you really, I think to me, this is really where you learn to play together, and you kind of get a little bit more gelling going on. And hopefully, like I said, once season starts, they have a little bit of something there that clicks.
Yeah, I agree. Like even at practice now, when we practice against each other, we know how someone serves or hits, and we already know all their tendencies. And it's so like, I think that's one thing we're lacking right now is figuring out another team in the midst of a game, because we can watch film on them, like, and scout them and figure out where they hit. But then when you're playing against them, it's live action and you got to make changes within the game.
Mm-hmm.
And we're definitely lacking that right now. My team is, but that's what's about with preseason. You're learning how to then change within the middle of the game and, fix what's not working and do something different. And so I think that's what preseason's for, right? Is to figure out those changes and who's running where. And sorry, I got distracted by them playing. But yeah, I mean, it's hard when you're practicing against the same people every day, and you just, when you get to play against someone else, it just hopefully lights a little fire, and you figure out where your weaknesses are, because some other team is picking on a weakness, right? Or your strengths, I guess.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And then I think obviously, and then it's once the season starts, and what the 8-man rotation now is, doesn't mean that's the 8-man rotation 20 games into the season, 30 games into the season. There's a lot of new players here. So, whether it's Sarek and Eubanks or whether it's Neek and Max, the roles aren't necessarily.
The only people I've seen play on here is like Keon's in there and Devin, and then it's like all the new kids, It's cool to watch.
And even like, again, now that you have Doug obviously he's a totally different coach than Mike ever was. I think his leash is a little bit longer. I think you're going to see Keon play. It's not going to be as sporadic moments, right? Or minutes, I should say. So somebody getting in trouble. Damn.
Sorry, I live in Midtown.
Oh, that makes sense.
Wild. I always leave I love the noises of Midtown. So I leave my slider open as much as I can. Even like in the winter, I'll crack it. I love it. I don't know. Sometimes like, okay, early morning when the damn freaking leaf blowers are going, I got to close the door. But I love the sounds of Midtown. So.
Oh, I'm a city sound person through and through.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know. I love Chicago. I love the sounds of the city. It's just for sure.
I literally lived where the L was like right here. So it's like, noises don't, I can sleep through anything.
Yeah. I can't sleep through it, but I like it, if that makes sense.
Okay.
It's calming. Yeah. I actually lived right by the Amtrak in West Sac for a second.
Mm-hmm.
And the first night I went to bed over there, I thought there was an earthquake. The entire building started shaking. And I was like, are we having an earthquake? And then I realized it was the train. But yeah, you get used to it.
So Molly, are you a football? Do you watch on Sundays? Are you watching games?
I do not leave the house when the Niners are playing, because I get like, especially lately, oh my God, these games have been way too close. And I was kind of glad when we were at, the winery at Baker Family Wines that it wasn't like a really close game, because I was like, okay, we're going to lose. It's fine. Let me go have some fun. But these last, like, oh my God, Thursday night, there's no way I thought we were winning.
Yeah, I don't think come on, nobody, other than unless you're a deranged, just one of those people that no matter what, there's only 5 people playing, we're still going to win. We're still going to win with 5. Like, come on, man.
So I was at practice. I ran home, tried to get home, and then I was just like this, and then I'd put the blanket over me, peeking, because I was so nervous. But it was a great game, and that's why we play. And that's why I actually use the Niners in my pregame speech on Friday, because we were playing, we're playing Cosumnes River on Friday last week. And I said, that's why you play the game. You never know who's going to win. Nobody picked the Niners to win that game. Mm-hmm. Nobody. And the only ones that did were Kyle Shanahan and that team that said, nope, we're winning. And that's all it takes. It takes belief in yourself and you as a team to then go out there and play, right? If you don't believe it, then who else is going to? So any given Sunday, right? Any given Sunday.
That game Thursday was crazy. That was the Stephen Castaneda game where they just show up when you didn't least expected them to. Mm-hmm. So that's awesome. It was, and it's crazy because this was so I've called this after last week. I looked this and I was like, this is the bizzaro season of football this year. like we're looking at Baltimore probably not making the playoffs. We're looking at Kansas City. They're kind of like, I'm not sure where they're going right now. Like they could either, figure it out, but they look disinterested and they look. I feel like they figured out games late so much over the last couple of years. They just thought they could just do it like automatically, and they're learning like that's not the case. Like you can't put yourself in the hole every single time and come out of it. Like just isn't, Look at Indianapolis. Like they get Daniel Jones, they're supposed to be the laughing stock of the league, and he's an MVP candidate, and they're 3 or 4-1, right?
Yeah.
Like there's just so many bizarre
it makes it fun
things going on. It is, and it's
because I mean, no offense, Katrina, I've been kind of tired of the Chiefs. Like, come on, kind of like the Warriors, like I root for people, and I don't want people I don't want them to be terrible, but it was like, can we have something new, But yeah, the Chiefs is what surprised me. I'm also like, is the Taylor Swift effect is now that kidding, because they used to have the Kardashian effect, with all the other players. Like, you get complacent in life, and maybe there's not that drive anymore. But yeah, it's
well. They showed that last play where, and who knows what's going through the guy's head, right? He might be hurt, whatever. But they showed Chris Jones where he literally looked as disinterested as possible of trying to go. Yeah. You see the quarterback just stumbling, hitting the ground, and he's just standing there. Like, I'm not saying you're going to catch him, but you should be in hot pursuit at that point.
Right. Yeah.
And then once he starts hitting that outside, it's like, he's already got a touchdown. Forget it.
I know he's going through some personal stuff. I think,
and it might be that too. Like again, I don't want to bag on him, but it's just an indication of like I feel like that's how the team has been. Like they almost look lost, or again, they've lost so many players over the years too. That's of their starters that at some point Mahomes can't do everything. You still need somebody else there doing something, right? And Kelsey looks like he's definitely, kind of heading towards the twilight. And you might get a great game from him here and there, but he's never going to be the Kelsey of where every game he's got 100 yards and a couple touchdowns, and like that's just not going to happen anymore. So they're in a transition right now, But
I wish Swift. That's what I'm doing.
I wish my team was in a transition. Let me tell you.
Right,
I'll take a couple championships and be sucky for a couple years too. Like, who cares?
How many years were the Chiefs in the Super Bowl? Is it 3 now in a row, or?
Yeah, it was 3 in a row.
3 in a row. Yeah. And that's hard. You know what I mean? Like that is hard to do.
Especially in this
even make it back to back to a Super Bowl. That's unheard of, right? So it takes a toll on not just your mental capacity, but your body, That's a long season. Football is brutal.
Yeah.
Brutal. So
many injuries too.
Oh, look at this guy. Who is this?
This is Cammy.
Say it again.
Cammy.
Hello. Can you hear us? Can you say hello? Sorry, I'm a huge dog person. I really want one, but I'm never home, so that would not be very fair to the.
Yeah, it's definitely it's like having a kid. Like you go on vacation and stuff. You have to. Like we're lucky. We're across the street. They have kids. They'll just come. Let them. We'll leave the side door open and they'll come feed and they'll come play with them and stuff. Yeah, it's a responsibility for sure. Like you have to figure all that stuff out.
For sure. Look, we're only down. How many is that? I can't do math that quick. 107.93. Okay, not bad. 14's not bad. It's not 20.
Does he have the?
So you're saying there's a chance.
So you're saying there's a chance.
I'm saying there's a chance. There's always a chance until the buzzer hits. That's my. I mean, as a coach, you have to say that.
Yeah, for sure.
Always a chance.
Have you been watching any of the WNBA?
I kind of boycotted the WNBA this year, only because I'm just like annoyed that there's a Valkyrie team and not a Monarch team. So I try to keep up with it. Like if it's on, I'll put it on. But I'm just like, I'm really disappointed in that. Like it just hurt. So, and it was really odd to see the Indiana Fever do so well without Caitlin Clark and all the hoopla with that, thinking, oh, we don't need Caitlin. Like, whatever.
Better without her.
Yeah, right.
So
but yeah, so I have not been keeping up with the WNBA. Last year I watched a ton and I loved it. I thought it was amazing. And I really appreciate, the women's game more now. So
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, life gets busy. If it's on, I'll put it on, and I'm home. But I'm not home often.
This strike about to hit is going to get crazy once they walk out. So we'll see it.
So they're talking about walking out.
Oh, it's definitely going to happen. I mean, it would take a miracle at this point because I think it's what 30 days after the season's over. I think they have to come to an agreement, and it's definitely they're not even meeting at this point. So
yeah,
and then with the drama
by
with
the end of October.
Is that what it is? The end of October? Okay.
Yeah.
I think you're right. So either way, like it's just they haven't even sat down to discuss much. So but it seems like it's headed towards until the commissioner resigns, the players don't want any part of it.
Wow.
So I think they're going to force her out. And then even then, so now let's say she even leaves tomorrow. Now you've got to figure out who's the new leader, right? That takes weeks most of the time. And then now you got to start a whole new relationship, negotiations. It's definitely going to be a holdout, like a walkout at some point. But hopefully once it is,
the fandom that it's been, because I finally feel like it's the WNBA has created a culture. I just hope it doesn't hurt what they've created so far, any kind of lockout.
I agree, but I think the one thing about this one, and I'll disagree with a lot of people, like as if it was going to be some catastrophe, is I think a lot of the real fans, like the true fans, they're on the player side of this. So I think there's an understanding of the commissioner has to go. These players deserve better. Nobody's saying that they have to be on the NBA level. That's ridiculous. You have to get beyond like 20 years down the line type stuff if you're even talking about anywhere near that. But they obviously definitely need better than what it is now.
Yeah.
Because like I say, like people like Angel, people like Caitlin are earning way more money off the court, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But the discrepancy between the two is way too far apart.
Yeah, definitely.
So, I think a lot of fans are more understanding that this isn't necessarily like a holdout where it's more about greed. It's just more about getting what they deserve.
Definitely. Agreed that too, for sure.
Yeah.
It just in that process, you might lose the Wayfair fans that are just like, this is really fun. And then if they don't start up again, like that's the part I'm worried about. Yeah.
Well,
I think the true fans will stick around.
Yeah.
Always,
No, you're right. There might be a couple like down, but I think a lot of those are the ones that we're going to complain about something regardless.
Yeah.
Whether it's Caitlin fans or the anti or the, whatever it is, they always find something to complain about. So they were going to find something regardless. So, especially the way this country is going. So
yeah,
this is what it is. Like I was telling, I was the other day, I was like, I was supposed to go to Chicago last month. I'm like, I'm kind of glad I didn't. Like, this is kind of crazy. Like every day I'm going through and seeing the videos, and I'm like, this is effing nuts.
Wild.
Man. I'm like,
wild.
That's cool. I'll just stay away with ICE, like the way they're roaming streets and
wild.
It's wild. So
it is. But no politics, right? No politics.
Hey. So SAC game is about 5 minutes away. It looks like.
Look, we're getting closer. 13, still 13 points.
Yeah.
But there's still
lots of time left.
So Katrina, do you take anything from this? Is there anything from this game where you're like, do you even look at it as either way? If they were up 20, they're down 20, whatever it is, like.
No, it's just good. It's exciting for me to just see them back on the court.
Yeah.
After seeing them in practice, seeing them play against a team. Defensively, they're looking pretty good. They got to figure some stuff out, obviously, but I don't know. I'm really hopeful in the fact that they got like a full training camp together. Last year, such a mess.
Yeah.
When we came in here mid-season, and so I'm still hopeful.
Well, and even like Devin Carter didn't get a training camp last year, so I think people were hurt starting training camp last year.
Yeah.
It was like, do we still have Kevin Huerter? Wasn't he hurt? It seems so long ago. Did we have Kevin Huerter last year? Yeah. I think he was hurt. Someone else was hurt. Like, right. It just wasn't like a productive training camp, I think, this year it just feels different. It just feels like they get a real training camp with their coach that's going to take them to the, the whole year. Because there was just so much drama last year during training camp, I felt like. Yeah.
I think the guys are really locked in and buy in to everything that Doug is saying, teaching. I think they like Scott Perry. It's great to hear that he's been at practice.
Right? That's
something
awesome.
that he never did.
Yeah.
So
Right.
And Scott Perry talks to the media. Wow.
Yeah.
Right? Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really liked what DeMar DeRozan talked about on media day. Like, I was really digging his perspective, and felt like if just like, he's probably one of the older players. He might be the oldest player. I think he is. But, you need that from your leader to then like have everybody else buy in, and he seems like he's a great leader. No matter what his game looks like, he has that leadership personality. And so just hearing him buying in and saying how much he, is down for Doug and want to play for Coach Christie. I need to keep calling him Coach Christie. Be respectful. That they're ready. I think they're ready to rock. Like, I think they all are buying in. So
That's
sounds like they
true.
got the coach they wanted too.
No,
Yeah.
I believe, and I think that's the most important part, is that there's stability. There's as of right now, there's no Fox contract looming. There's not ultimatums behind the scenes, I don't think.
Right.
Yeah, so I think what you see is what is going to be there, at least for now. Unless, I'm not going to lie, I could see some before All-Star break trades if it's all going downhill. Like, and I get that.
Yeah.
But at least for right now, I do think there's an open mind by the organization just to see what Doug can he get the best out of this team, and not only just get the best, but maybe get more than expected because of the way he's teaching it, the way that they buy into his schemes.
Yeah.
You're not going to see it obviously in the first preseason game. Anybody that takes this preseason game and like comes up with conclusions either way, whether they were up 20 and they held them to 90 points, or whether they're down 20 and let the other team score 150 points. It's a first game preseason. Let's relax a little bit.
Yeah. Drew down. I don't care. He said Raptors shooting 50% from 3. John, this team is ass. Come on, Pulse. They're not ass. And I'll say they're better than all of you. So.
Oh, damn.
You know what I mean?
Oh, damn.
Want me to get into the talk? Like, man, like, I don't know. I just have love for them. I have love for the Kings.
Yeah, and I don't know. I'm really on the fence as far as, am I expecting, obviously, the division title? No. Do I think that they can make the playoffs? I think there is a chance they can make the playoffs. I do think it's going to take a lot for that to happen in the West, just because it's such a stacked conference. But I do think that there is talent there. Yes, there's holes in certain places and all that good stuff. But I think it's there. It's just, again, I think it does come down to Doug and his schemes. And I don't even think it's just his schemes. It's also, you talked about it earlier, is when you're playing against other teams and you have to change things on the fly, can Doug make those adjustments? Can he find those right rotations? Can he, and sometimes it's part of luck too, right? Can he put in the right person at the right time when they need an energy, somebody to give them a surge? Like, we always see that sometimes, right? Max, I'm just going to play Max. I have a feeling, and Max drops 15 points and 8 rebounds, right? Which you didn't expect that night. Help get a win. Like,
yeah.
So it's those kind of things that are going to be, I think, a big difference on whether or not they can make any headway with this team.
Yeah. Agreed.
Down by 9.
I didn't mean anything about it, Drew. I get it. I did see the looking good on defense. They might look better on defense. How about that? Reading the chat. Don't read the chat, right?
Very
half the time they're not even talking about what we're talking about. So if they are, kudos for actually making a response to something we're talking about. So that means you're at least for those 10 minutes paying attention. So we appreciate that.
Like, the thing about accepting that your team is not good, I don't accept that. I don't accept that yet. And the thing is, even in the West, we don't know what it's going to look like. And like the small parts that I listened to the show today, like Damien said, anything could happen. And this is what I try to tell my team all the time. Like anything can happen. Like someone could go down hurt and then it's next man up or next woman up. Or like, all those teams with the Achilles, Dame and Tyrese and who was the other one? Kyrie? No. Who tore their Achilles. Like anything can happen.
Kyrie tore something.
It was. So those three. Yeah. And like anything can happen in the West too. Like, I don't know. I'm not wishing bad to anyone on injuries, but you never know. So, and I think until I see like what the other teams in the West got going on, I do believe we'll make the play in again, like to be a playoff and not be in the play in. But, I think making the play in is a reasonable trajectory for the team. And that doesn't mean that they're terrible. That's not bad. Like when you are 13 and whatever else, and then you're bad. Like if you can get 40 wins, like you're not a bad team. You're just not the best team. Right.
Yeah. And I think it's also that, like, it's, you can be realistic and I think that's where John Paul's, his mindset is more like, for him, the realistic thing is the team is asked, I don't care what you tell me until you show me. Pose is more coming from the perspective of until you show me otherwise, you are what you've been.
Yeah.
And I get that. Like, I can't disagree with that logic. I get it. Right. It's more based in a little bit closer to realism. Right. But I also think you can't tell me that there's not talent on this team. Now, is it misplaced talent? Is it talent that is you're trying to, put a square peg into a round hole? Possibly. I'm just willing because it's a new coach, new schemes. Yes, it might still be the same old Kings in like Poe's eyes, but I'm willing to get to see what Doug can get out of this team. I'm not just expecting this to be the team 2 years from now.
No.
Like if this is a team 2 years, then I'm gonna be upset.
But I will say we have good players. Like it's not like we have ass players. Like we got DeMar and Zach and Sabonis that are like all-star caliber players. They've all been all-stars, right? Mm-hmm. And I think it is about finding that right combo or that right, hopefully Dennis brings this newfound vision or whatever he might bring. I didn't really get a ton of time to like watch Dennis play tonight, but I hope it's like it brings something different where then Zach can do his game and be a spot up shooter and not have to handle the ball as much, right? I'm really interested on how Malik and Keon fit into everything as well, just with the rotations and whatnot. And I think Keegan, with that longer leash that he has with Doug, because I know how it is not fun playing when you mess up and coach is going to take you out right away, or you don't do exactly what coach says, and so you're coming out right away. So you're thinking about that all the time when you're playing, whether you realize it or not, right? And so remember when Keegan would spot up and not take a three, and then he'd get taken out, right? And so I think letting him just play and cook and be whatever, like he's gonna flourish. Let me read what is Kyle saying.
I disagree with this comment. He says, a team with all these veterans, you're not going to get a team to buy in and play defense the way Doug wants them for a whole season. I'm sorry. So I would say the opposite. If you had a team of fresh faces, as much as you're molding them, fresh faces and new players have more of a tendency to do what they want to do and try to make a name for themselves, or it takes them longer to like buy into everything because they're coming into a new structure from wherever they were the man. Every player that comes in the NBA was the man somewhere. No matter where they're drafted, they were a big part of whatever college team they came from, right? Yep. So you're asking them to buy into a smaller role once they hit. Where I think when you have players like DeMar and Zach, and I think to an extent, those are players that they're sick of losing. They're sick of like getting this reputation as they can't be part of a winning culture. So I think they buy in a lot faster than a lot of other players at this point in their career. What happened?
Down by 7.
Oh, well.
Hey. But I agree with that. Like, hey, they're like, it's time. I'm tired of this. Like, let's do this. What do I got to do? What do I got to do different? Because I've been doing the same thing all this time. What do I have to do different? Right? Like, to be better, you got to do something different. You got to change. So I think DeMar for sure can play some defense. Zach, we'll see. But I know that they are tired of losing and they're trying to prove something. It's their end of their career, right? Like, maybe not Zach's, but like DeMar's getting up there. And so he's like, let's see what we can do.
He's only got a couple more years before it's. And even Sabonis, I think he's sick of the rep. And no one's saying, Drew, that they're going to turn into these all-world defenders right?
No.
But I will tell you, if you can get guys to buy into a team concept of defense,
Right.
they're not going to be the top 5 defense in the league, but they're also not going to be bottom 5. And if you can get somewhere in the middle and then offensively be at least decently potent, then you can at least have a good team. Not a great team, not a
Yelling
horrible
at Drew
team,
down.
but decent.
He said, put down the wine. I'm drinking a poppy. Thank you very
And
much.
I always say my one example of that is I watched Paul Pierce, who played the worst defense of his life for the first 15 years of his career, until Garnett got there and demanded that he play team defense. Was he all world? No, but he played well enough defense that it was pretty good team defense, and they won a championship.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's going to happen here. I'm just saying you can get older players to buy in to schemes if the right person is that person offering it. So
I agree. And everyone's saying like you can't teach an old dog new tricks, Kyle. But you can. Like you can. It just depends if that player wants to or not. So
yeah, exactly.
Like Buddy Hield does not want to play defense. Like he's not gonna play defense. You can't.
We teach Michigan new things all the time, and he's always receptive to it. So you can teach the oldest dog in the world new tricks.
I'm getting up there too, and I'm learning every day. If you're not growing and learning, then you should be in the grave. You know what I mean? Like you should be learning and growing every single day as a human being. So hopefully, right? Like, and to me, they're young. They're only in their 30s. Like, so you could definitely teach them new tricks for sure. It's just if they want to.
No, he was a good coach, but they also turned on him because of the way he was with them. You could be the greatest defensive coach if you're sitting there calling people bleepity bleeps. I'm not saying he did that, but saying like if you do certain things to turn off the players, it doesn't matter how good of a defensive coach you are. Nobody's buying into your bullshit.
They have turned you off. They're not listening anymore.
Yeah. So,
and that's why like Coach Christie, right? His new way or whatever he's doing, the way he talks. And a part of it is I said it before, he was a player. So he's gained that respect, and he was a good defensive player. And so he's gained that respect. I thought it was so cute when Keon got asked, like, hey, have you watched Coach Christie play? And he's like, nah, not yet.
Not yet.
You know, I better turn into
that last season.
Yeah, he never watching that. It's like Kenny watching The Office. That ain't
That's
gonna
exactly
happen.
what I said.
I literally I found my VHS tapes, and I played them for my team last week. And they were just shocked. Like, you played middle? You could jump that high? Wow. And like showing that, like, it just was fun to watch, you know. But it does gain a little bit of respect from your players when they get to see you play and like what you did, and you making mistakes just like they did. Like I wanted them to see even my mistakes. Like, you know, it does gain a little bit of respect. 26 seconds.
Said like that night he was gonna watch film of Coach Christie that night. Like, did you? Like that's my question for him. Like
No, he didn't. But I mean, to close the conversation a little bit on that is, I'll say this, Drew and Poles and the guys that come from that. There's no reason until they show you otherwise that I can sit here and be like, you're 100% wrong. You're whatever. Like, I can't deny any of the facts that you said, because up until this point, you are correct. Everything you said has come to fruition up until this point, right? Yeah. So I can't argue with that logic, because it's been logically what's happened the last couple of years. So, you know, that's what it is, and I get it 100%. You know, I hope that you're wrong, but I too, in the back of my head, like, get it, and I've set myself where like it's hard for me to have high expectations for this team.
I think it's crazy though, because we're not as bad as we used to be. So to me,
but that's not saying much though.
It's not.
You're taking this 1 year of special.
No,
that's the thing.
I'm not taking that 1 year, but I'm looking at the years way before that when we were winning like 20 games.
Right.
I mean, that was terrible. So at least we're winning 40.
It's a good attitude. I cannot lie. I cannot blame you for it.
We're not winning this game, but
no, they're absolutely not winning this game. And of course, Drew's Warriors are winning their game, so that's great. Or they did win. So
the Warriors did.
Go. The Golden Girls won.
Oh,
thank you for being a friend.
Where did you post? Is it on your Twitter, Manny? That picture? I got to see that picture too.
Yeah, I did. I posted it on.
Okay, that's awesome.
I'll tag you in it.
Okay.
So before we go, I do because Coach Molly has a bunch of stuff going on. I want you to be able to promote your stuff.
Oh,
Let us
yeah,
know what
I
is
almost
going
forgot
on.
about that.
So,
Oh my
hey, no, I
God.
didn't forget.
Thanks. I almost did. So really cool thing that Folsom Lake College gets to do this year is we're hosting the state volleyball championship at Folsom Lake College, which is the first time ever because we're only 10 years old as a program. But we're looking for sponsorships, donations. I'll have a link to a GoFundMe coming up pretty soon, posting on my Twitter and Instagram and on our Folsom Lake College web pages as well. But yeah, like we're so the top 8 teams from California will be there, 4 from the South and 4 from the North. Usually there's like someone from the North that's in the Big 8, which is the conference that we play in right now. Delta in Stockton's killing everybody. So I expect to see them there. And then usually like a Sierra ARC, they usually do pretty well. And then CRC and Sac City are kind of doing well. And same with Modesto this year in our conference. So you never know who's going to be there. But it's a really cool event. It's 4 days that we host these teams in Folsom. So they get to kind of hang out in Folsom a little bit, see the city life there. And so we're looking for donations and sponsorships, even where you can put ads into our program or our live stream, because we'll be live streaming every game for free. So there'll be ads running through our live stream and even banners or posters in our gym or whatnot. So if you want more details, you can, DM me. What should
Well, tell them where to follow you so they can find you.
Follow me. Well, I have a couple of accounts because I decided I need a Coach Molly account. So on Instagram, it's Coach Molly. I think that's it. Or it might be 239. I'm not sure. And then I have a Just Molly account because I'm trying to separate the two so I can have different lifestyles of promoting different things to certain people. And then our Folsom Lake College volleyball, women's volleyball Instagram account as well. We don't have a Twitter for that, but I do have a Twitter, which that's just Coach Molly. So I haven't separated the two of those. And then there's still that Facebook Mom Book place. So we have a Folsom Lake College Facebook account, and then I just have my own Facebook account there. But I'll post everything on there with kind of our needs and wants and how you can donate if you want to or sponsor by putting an ad into any of the aforementioned.
Well, make sure you add us to whatever you post.
I definitely will. I'll tag you guys.
We can repost it.
Yeah.
And get it back out there.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, it's a great event. I've been working all summer and all fall on this event, and it should be pretty fun. We have a great banquet for all the teams on Thursday night, so it'll be fun. We'll have a keynote speaker coming to that. We induct people to our Hall of Fame because we do have a 3C2A Women's Volleyball Hall of Fame, and so yeah, it's a really cool event, and we're actually hosting the softball state championship as well at Folsom Lake College. And
nice.
2 years ago, we hosted the baseball state championship for 2 years. So our campus is beautiful. It's off 50 in East Bidwell. I always say we kind of overlook Sacramento Valley, which is really cool. And a great clear day, you can see the city skyline. So it's a great place, and we're just looking for a little help to make this a really cool event for the 8 teams that are able to partake.
Very cool.
What were the dates again?
Oh, that's a great question. Thank you. It's December 4th through the 7th. So it's that Thursday through Sunday. So the Elite 8, the Elite 8 will be on Friday. We start playing at 10 and the last game's at 7. So it's an all day event. And then on Saturday is the semifinals. I want to say it's 2 and 6 or something like that. And then the state championship is on Sunday at 2:00 at Folsom Lake College. Yeah. And you can live stream them as well or come and support, watch some volleyball. It's really good volleyball. I mean, I think people don't realize how good junior college volleyball is, or junior college sports in general, especially in California. We're special here. That I say that any of our programs could play against a Division II program and compete. So, yeah.
Very cool. So we'll make sure to get that back out to everybody.
For
make
sure.
We go check out Coach Molly for sure.
Yes.
Tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Cubs game 4. Don't forget.
Yes. Oh.
I know you got practice and all that, but
I do, but we're done at 5. I'll try to catch some of that.
There you go.
Yeah. So
there you go.
And then
Thanks for joining.
Aces.
When is that?
Go Aces. I'll root for
Friday, game 4.
Yep.
I kind of like to see the series stretch out a little bit, just for the sake of basketball.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see. But Coach Molly, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys, on my bye day. So glad I can catch you.
Absolutely.
And, I always jump in when I can. You know that.
We
into the
appreciate
chat.
you for
Yeah.
sure. So
Awesome.
we'll catch y'all next week. We'll have more, hopefully not Kings blowouts or Kings losses. We don't want to see everybody jumping off ships or anything during the preseason. So, and we'll see how football goes.
New
this week.
season. Yeah, go Niners.
New season. Go Niners.
Go Bears. Go Cubs.
There you go.
Go
That's why I like
Falcons.
your hair.
Oh, yeah.
Damn, how many teams? Don't be a Ramsey.
Falcons is Folsom Lake. Sorry, we're Falcons. We're the Falcons.
Oh, that's
Whenever
right.
I say
Sorry. I was
Falcons,
thinking
it's-
NFL.
it's
That's right.
me. No,
That's
the-
right.
I don't
That's
like bird teams in the NFL. So no bird teams.
There we go. But go Falcons. I'm with you. Go Falcons.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
All right,
Thanks,
y'all. We'll catch you next week. Peace.
Yes.
Chatty House. We ballin', boy. We going up at the Chatty House. We talk about it all, bring the family out. Sub to the channel, hit the lights now. And we only going up when the lights down. Yeah, we just getting started. Ain't no party like a Chatty House party. We just getting started. Ain't no party like a Chatty House party.